Hello and welcome back to my Flosstube channel. I am Caitlin and I am the Nerdy Stitcher. It's been like 2 weeks since I last uploaded a video, I think. A lot of life's been going on. I haven't gotten a whole lot of stitching done since my last video, but I'll show you where I'm at. So last week I predicted that my stitching was about to come to a halt because the video game Hades 2 was about to release. I was correct. I've been spending most of my time doing that, but I have done a little bit of stitching. I guess speaking of Hades, we'll start with my Hades project since that's kind of where I'm at mentally these days. So again, did not do a whole lot of work, but I started doing Chaos. He's down here. I just finished the outline of him last night and I'll work on coloring him in. But yeah, this project's coming along. My pattern keeper says I'm about 30% of the way done, so, you know, not terrible progress for a year. I just started this, I think in June it was. But yeah, I have a lot of fun with this project when I work on it, and so I like to work on it a lot. Again, the fabric for this is Vintage Stormy Clouds by Zweigart. It's a white printed Ada with like some gray modeling in it to make it look like a misty cloud. A couple of y'all asked me if I was going to make a part 2 for this project since Hades 2 was coming out. And as I am now deep into Hades 2 territory playing the game, it's pretty safe to say that the answer is yes. The game does have a similar like relationship system where you are getting rewarded with these little character arts when you max out your friendship with them, because friendship is power. The cast of characters in Hades 2 is a little bit different from the first game. In this second game, you play as a princess of the underworld trying to slay the Titan of Time, Kronos, who is your grandpappy. But you know, he kind of had it coming because he basically kidnapped your entire family and a lot of the other chthonic gods. So, you know, little crimes. I'm a ways away from drafting part 2 of this Hades project. If only because I haven't finished the game yet, and it'll be a while before I finish the game, but also because it's still early on, I'm still trying to gather the images that I need for a Hades 2 version of this project. Like, the images of these achievements just aren't really out there at the moment, so I'm still trying to track them down. There will be quite a few overlapping characters between the first game and the second game. Like these 3 here, for example, are in the second game as well. Aphrodite, Ares, and Athena. But they've changed their character design quite a bit from between the first and second game. And so the little chibi images are actually different for the second game, so that makes me feel a lot better about including them in a future part 2 of this. I think in the meantime though, while I'm waiting for a lot of these images to like actually hit the internet, I'm gonna be trying to find a good fabric for it, because this one is white, and while that's kind of the vibe for this game, for the first game, because you're trying to battle your way up to Olympus, or at least up to the surface. It has a lot more focus of the like Olympian family in the first game. In the second game, you're trying to battle your way down into Tartarus. And so I think to reflect that and the more witchy vibes that the second game has, I would like a charcoal version of this. Like, I think a dark fabric for Hades 2 would be really nice. So I want to find like an ashy charcoal something or other with maybe, so honestly kind of an inverted of this fabric where it'd be like gray with like white modeling, I think would be really cute. So I need to track that down. I'm not sure if it exists or if I'm gonna have to play around with dyeing fabric for myself. I don't know. I'm still a ways away from finishing this project, so this is all theoretical talk. But just to let y'all know, my head is in like the designing phase of doing a Hades 2 version of this. And oh my god, can I just say, the game is so good. I am loving it so much. I finally beat Kronos for the first time, and I just sat there like, I'm not good at video games, but I do enjoy. I do enjoy at least this series. Is there anything else I would like to say about Hades? Oh, yes. So, back to the project that I'm actually working on. I have been considering adding a border to this project because I think it's cute. I think it just wants something extra to like frame it. And this game series is so very extra with its art design. So I think it really does a disservice for this project just to be like the characters. So I would think, I don't know, I've been thinking a lot lately that a border would be really cute for this project. Like there are a couple of elements that I have in mind that I want to add to the border. Like this game is so highly decorated. It's actually quite insane. The art of it is so beautiful. But there are a couple of like major motifs that appear throughout the game and the art design that I think I would like to include in the border. Like there's this skull that has an oval in its mouth that's really cute. Every time you beat a boss, like a little banner appears before you move on to the next section of the game. And then there's also a version of that if you die. So I think a little "there is no escape" banner would also be super adorable at the bottom of it, because that's kind of the whole point of the game, is you bang your head against the wall and die a million times over until you don't. Death is encouraged in this video game series. And I think some pomegranate motifs and like nectar bottles would be really cute too, because in order to get these little emblems, you have to give these characters little bottles of nectar to like earn their friendship. You give them little gifts. So I don't know, I have a lot of ideas of what I want to include in the border, and I think I just need to go back to the drawing board and figure out what is gonna work in the size that I need. But mostly I need to finish this so that I do know what size border to create. But yeah, that's Hades. Currently working on Chaos, the creator of like everything. But yeah, it's coming along. I'm so close to getting to like the actual Hades. And I charted him a lot bigger than the other characters since he's like the titular character of the game. So he's like right here and is like 2 or 3 times bigger than everybody else. So I'm excited to be able to work on him soon. After I get done this row. Yeah. This is a project. I'll take that needle out. This is a project that I introduced in the last video. I have done a little bit more work since then. Like I worked on the floral headpiece and a little bit of her hair. This is Starfall. The pattern is by MasonArtMaison on Etsy. And the fabric is Creationist Blue from Flair in 18 count. This is inspired by the book series ACOTAR Thorns and Roses. Specifically, Court of Mist and Fury, I think, is where this Starfall scene happens. But it's very cute. It's this little fantasy couple, you know, kissing, and then there's stars, and it's just beautiful art, and I'm really loving how the rendering is turning out at the moment. Like you can kind of see it more in her shoulder, where the rendering, her face and her shoulder, I think, is where you're starting to be able to see how well the render of the pattern is. But yeah, done a little bit of work on this. Haven't done a whole lot since the last video, just because I've been busy working on other projects. Although I am still super excited to be able to continue this a little bit more. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous. Right then, one last look before I send her away. And we talk about our last cross-stitch project that I've been working on. Wait, so last time I did mention that I was gonna start one of my Christmas projects. I'm making a lot of Christmas projects for my friends and family this year. And this one is for a friend who runs a little turtle sanctuary. This is a little grumpy tortoise. The pattern is Turtle by MadMollieCrossStitch Patterns. The fabric is thrifted, so I don't know what it is. I've modified it from the original pattern. The original pattern is very adorable, very cute. It has a little smiling tortoise. The tortoise that I'm basing this one off of, he's very grumpy. So as I mentioned, my friend runs a turtle sanctuary. She gets given a lot of injured and sad little turtles. One of her pet surrenders was a sulcata tortoise that we've named Hala because he's a little bit lumpy, like a loaf of challah. And he's a grumpy little guy, so his cross-stitch version is also grumpy. And I've got all the black outline done. I'm working on filling in the shell. Just filling in the shell with colors. And I'm gonna amplify the grumpiness a little bit more by adding some like little back-stitched eyebrows, like little frowny eyebrows. But yeah, I'm just trying to make this as grumpy as possible because that is going to bring her a lot of joy. So currently I think I want to stitch some words underneath of the tortoise. Right now the reigning idea is I exist without my consent. I think that'll appeal to my friend's brand of sense of humor. But yeah, that's Hala. You grumpy little tortoise. He's almost done. I think the original pattern only has like 900 stitches, so I think another afternoon or so will work is gonna finish this up for me. That's all for cross stitching. Again, did not do a whole lot of work. Hades 2 got in the way. I'll probably get back more into cross stitching within the next couple of weeks, especially since fall is really getting into gear and it's meaning a lot more indoors time for me. Because my garden is mostly dead. Here in North Carolina, it just gets like rainy and gloomy. So yeah, more indoors time means more cross stitching. There is one more project that I wanted to discuss today, and I'm actually wearing her. It's a crochet project. I am a big Taylor Swift fan, and Taylor Swift's new album is coming out this week. It's very exciting times over here. So with that being said, my friend and I are going to a release party at our local theater, and I wanted something Taylor Swift themed to wear. Unfortunately, my wardrobe mostly consists of like blacks and browns and beiges. I don't have a whole lot of orange and glitter in my wardrobe, which is unfortunate because it's kind of the color theme of the album. But then I remembered that I had this dress. I guess I can stand up. So I have this dress that I have forgotten that I started way back when, and it had been sitting at like the 80% mark for ages. Like I just needed like a little bit more to finish it up. So this dress is based off of a dress that Taylor wore when she was first teasing this album's existence. I changed a couple of things about the original design, like I lowered the neckline, and I decided that I did not have time to finish the sleeves, and so I didn't. I left them to be cap sleeves. So with this dress, I started with a pattern and then I went rogue. The original pattern's from Fleeting Obsessions Arts. I got this pattern off of Ravelry. But again, I went really rogue and I think I lost the pattern at one point. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just do what I want to do anyway. So most of this dress was honestly done on the fly. But that's just like me, isn't it? Just to start with a pattern and then decide, I don't wanna. I'll do what I want. I still have a little bit of like dangly yarn at the hem that I need to weave in. But for the most part, this dress is done. It's done. And it definitely might show, but this is my first finished crochet project. I could have picked many things to be my first crochet project, but I picked a dress. Absolutely wild and bonkers of me. I should have started with like a hat or a scarf or like a shawl, but no, I saw Taylor walk out in that crochet dress and was like, ooh, I want that for my wardrobe. Don't want to spend hundreds of dollars on it. I can totally do it myself. And then I went to Michael's the next day and picked out the closest yarn colors that I could. And yeah, I just girl bossed my way into finishing this dress. I'm not mad about the results. It's mostly a wearable dress. But yeah, not a terrible attempt at a first dress. A first crochet project. Why am I like this? So yeah, my first crochet wearable. It's not terrible. I'm happy with it. Definitely a learning curve. So many things I would do differently. And I think my next crochet wearable is gonna be like a shawl or like a hat or scarf or something a little more low stakes. But I'm happy I have something to wear to the Life of a Showgirl premiere. So yeah, happy Showgirl release week. This week I'm also excited for Critical Role coming back for their 4th campaign with Brenna Lee Mulligan, like 2 worlds combined. I'm very excited for that. I expect to get a lot of stitching done while I'm watching the Critical Role streams. I don't know that I have a project picked out for those streams yet. Maybe I should. Anyway, I'll figure that out. So yeah, if you stuck around, that's all I got for you today. Today's video is a little low on projects. But you know, sometimes the other interests, they just call. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you so much for you guys who are commenting. It's so nice to be able to get to meet you all down in the comments section. And I'm sorry if I haven't responded to your comments, but do know that I do see them and I read them all, and I really appreciate your comments. And as I'm filming this, it is October 1st. So what are y'all's Halloween projects? What are y'all working on this month? I'm always in need to add more patterns to my wish list. Anyways, thank you for watching the video. Thank you for commenting, liking, subscribing, all of that. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.